I am afraid to say the words I love you. How can I get out of this? Okay. Yes, for this one, I think the real fear is not to say the word I love you. What you're afraid of is being hurt. Because for someone, and this is even, you're now on the opposite end of the spectrum, there are those who, when they say the words I love you, they're just saying empty words. But do you know you're on that other end of people that when they say it, they really mean it and they understand the depth of the word. And you know that once you say that word, it's like you are communicating your commitment to that person, you're communicating your vulnerability. And it's this vulnerability part that you're afraid of. That if I tell this person I love them now, I have opened up myself to being hurt. I have now given them some sort of power over me that they know that I am emotionally invested. So they can manipulate me, they can hurt me in some ways. So if you settle down with yourself, most likely it might not be the case, but most likely that is what you're afraid of. You're afraid of that vulnerability that comes with professing your love with someone. So the intervention I will recommend for you is to get you to a point where you are able to embrace vulnerability. You must understand one thing about humans, that every one of us, we thrive on love. We thrive on having that sense of belongingness. I think I heard it somewhere that the greatest psychological need of humans is to feel loved and appreciated. So we all need that love. And firstly, I want you to come to this point of realization where you acknowledge that, see, for real, I need someone to love me. I am not saying I can do without anybody. Anybody can go, anybody can leave. I'm absolutely fine. No. Don't just make that mount. Accept the deep seated truth within your heart that you really need someone to love, and you need someone to love you as well. After this is settled, the next thing is you need to make peace with the fact that vulnerability is not bad. Vulnerability is beautiful. And vulnerability is the only way you can experience true love. That if you don't open up yourself to the possibility of getting hurt, then you will never feel loved at all. Now, this does not mean you should just push yourself out there without taking any precaution, just trust anybody 100% and allow yourself to be hurt. But what I'm saying is that after you have put all the measures in place to ensure that you only commit yourself to the right person, you must still open up to that fact that this person can cause me hurt, and this relationship that I'm in is going to bring me some level of stress. I have to put away some things I don't like. I have to put away some things I like. I have to put up with things that I said I will never put up with to some extent. And once you are more receptive to that fact that this thing is going to cause me some level of hurt, but that is the only way I can experience true love, then it's going to be easier for you to profess your love to someone. And I'm not going to just tell you to do it all of a sudden, that just call him now or call her, in case, whichever the case may be, and say I love you. But one thing you can do, begin to use some other words to express it, that okay, I've really become fond of you. You can mean so much to me. I find it difficult to trust people, but being around you, I'm beginning to get loose. I'm beginning to get so into you, and I really appreciate all of that. And just make it ease into it instead of just rushing and saying, I love you. However, the main thing that you need to do to change the situation is to become at peace with the fact that you can get hurt, and become okay with being vulnerable, since that is the only way with which you can experience love as a person, that you open yourself to the possibility of getting hurt. but you do it with caution. You take all the necessary precautions, but whichever, no matter how much precaution you make, you're still going to, you might still get hurt, and you should be fine with that.